welcome to another episode of Photography in the PM. And in today's episode, we will be going over landscape photography using black and white 35mm film. In previous episodes, we discussed different camera formats, lenses, lighting techniques, and how all of these ideas and concepts can be woven together to create unique images that can resonate with you, the creator, and the viewer. And so now we are on to creating the image you desire. Firstly, in creating a landscape image, you need, well, a landscape. One could wait for the proper cloud coverage, lighting, season, time of day, or you could take a few creative steps to generate the image you desire. Once you're satisfied with the framing of your scenery, it is now time to get your exposure correct. As this is a snow scene, we'll be underexposing by 2 stops as to not blow out the landscape itself. Now, adjust the shutter speed to either freeze the movement in place or use a slower shutter speed to let the movement wash over you. Fortunately, since your ISO is fixed based on the film that you are using, we don't have to worry about that today. Now comes the most important part of taking any picture: choosing the right time. The moment where everything is lined up, you get that feeling welling up in your gut, screaming at you, compelling you to make that commitment. To freeze that moment onto a piece of photosensitive paper for the foreseeable future. If you haven't felt that churning, tingling sensation deep in your brain yet, give it time. It will inevitably seep into your being, guiding your choices and informing you of every moment that you should or should have captured. You missed all those moments before, and now they're gone, passing through your hand like dust. So let that voice guide you now. Become decisive, nay, vicious, for these are the only moments you get as time inevitably slips through our fingers. So when you've drilled those choices, taken those pictures, and that voice is speaking to you as though it were your own, you will inherently know when is the precise moment to say yes. I had a dream the other night, and it was a good dream. There was this big sky beam, and it was all loud and shooting this pillar of light into the sky. There was all these red clouds and veins, a lot of red, actually. A lot of red. Anyway, I was there and walking. I could feel the world turning under my feet. And as I was going, the music in the universe was building to this swell, and I could feel this rumble, and it was really something amazing. And I wish you could have been there to see it. I miss you. Hey. Yeah. No, I'm doing okay. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to come today. Yeah. I appreciate all the wishes and the thoughts and the messages everyone has sent, but I think I just need a little bit more time. Yeah. No, I'll let you know when I'm ready. All right. I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.
Let's compare it to this bowl of cereal. Let's call it the shutter speed. I could eat it like this. It's not the best, but it works. It's definitely better. Let's call that Matti Haapoja. I'm still missing something. Spoon. Now all three, a much better experience.
Basics. Gonna try and keep it to 2 minutes. Can't make it. Important to say, I am not the best editor in the world. There are far better than me. This is just like my style and how I interpret these photos. It's my personal preference, the colors that I feel would look good. This is how I would edit my own shots. With that being said, I just want to make it a friend.
Can you hear me? So, how have you been doing since we last talked?
Yeah. No, I'm doing okay these days.
Walk me through what you do in your day.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much been the same as every other day. Waking up from whatever dream I've had the night before, talking about it to no one in particular, and then deciding if I want to get up. If I do, I'll make myself coffee, enjoy it solo, and then watch TV and just let the time go by.
Have you tried any of the things we've discussed in previous calls?
The Notebook? Well, I know we've talked about the idea of it, but in practice it's much more difficult. I mean, the whole reason for trying to explore the visual side of things, as we had done, was so that I could avoid the literary side of things because I naturally sucked at it. I guess what's really been eating at me these days is that we had all these dreams and ideas and things we would do and accomplish and worlds we would build together and places we'd explore, and we thought we would just have forever to do it, and well, that didn't happen. Now, who's left to dream with, to aspire to big things with, to talk about all the silly possibilities that we were never going to touch, but now you hope, and it's fun to dream. Now I'm just sitting, wasting, drifting, waiting for I don't know what.
America runs on Bulliver time.
Internet topic.
What would you do to change the world? What would you do to change the world?
End hunger. Everyone gets a house. Teach people to read.
Call now for America Online, a new way to use your computer to communicate. Every day, America Online is making it easier for people to live, work, and play.
Today, we're going to be showing our friends Andrew and Lisa the basics of the internet, and we thought you might want to come along.
It'll be cool. Now that I've gotten on the internet, I'd rather be on my computer than doing just about anything.
It's really cool.
The internet gave us a whole world of exciting new possibilities. So I guess this is a story of how it changed our lives. Maybe it will yours too. Maybe it will yours too. Maybe it will yours too.
Interactive appetite searching for a website that links to the world that can get online. Take the screen down the room with seconds. Go and searching on the internet.
How was your sleep?
Every single day. I'm editing photos every single day.
I had a dream. Bad. As of this moment, unclear. Well, from where I'm sitting, you have two options. You could either stand there on the stoop, mouth agape, or you could take a seat and enjoy.
And it's funny too because it's one of the programs that I literally use every single. Whenever I find new rocks, he's going down.
What are you watching? Not really
My
sure,
tension rod in here. This is my favorite pick, and it's
but I think it's one of your favorites.
do it. Was that like 8 seconds?
You know, I never really understood why you were so drawn to these kinds of creators. It's kind of like picking a favorite Teletubby, right? Like the colors are all different, but ultimately they're doing the same thing. Like the eagerness to sell LUT packages, the editing, the pacing, the tone, the color grading, the trips, the business models, and the coffee making. Like, why is there so much of an emphasis on making coffee? Not necessarily. It's not just the creators or the content, it's the approachability, it's the stories, the way that you can feel the personality of each of the creators as their stories and their styles are leaking through the screen, and in some way it's almost like they're sitting right in the room with you. The idea that this grand adventure that they're embarking on and we're witnessing in small installments might somehow be approachable, accessible to someone small like me as well. Somehow, some way, I would love to take part in this. But, I mean, at this point, it'd probably take some act of heaven to move that boulder up the hill. Well, as long as it means something to you, that is fine for me. And personally, I cannot wait to see where your story goes.